Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 288 and this is my weekly meal plan episode. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we'll get right into the show. Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly meal plan episode. Each week I share with you what is on my meal plan for my family for the upcoming week. I think meal planning is important for many reasons. So I just share this as kind of motivation to help you get your meal plan together, or maybe some ideas for some things you might want to make if you hear any recipes you might like. I do rotate my meals on a regular basis, so you're not going to always hear a lot of new things. I think for me, it's more important to have something on the plan than to try and always figure out something new. But I do throw new things in every once in a while. And if you're interested in any of the recipes that I mentioned today, they can be found in the blog post version of this meal plan with links to those recipes, which can be found on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, March 26th. So we will be having Jenny-O's Best Ever Meatloaf, which is from allrecipes.com. This is just the meatloaf recipe that I've been making since my kids were younger. It's turkey meatloaf. One of my daughters was not eating meat, except she was eating fish for a while, but she just started eating chicken and turkey again. So that's makes my life a lot easier. I didn't really mind that she wasn't eating meat. Like, I don't care, if she chooses to or not, but I cared for one reason, and that was the fact that it made it really difficult for meal planning because the rest of my family wanted to have meat and she didn't. And then I always had to try and figure out something that she could eat alternatively. So I'm pretty excited that she's eating meat now, only because of the fact that it makes it a little bit easier. She's not eating everything, but she is adding in chicken and turkey, so she can have turkey meatloaf. So I'm making that, and then I'm just going to do like shells and cheese on the side, like boxed shells and cheese, and some air fryer asparagus fries, which are from allrecipes.com. For Sunday, I'm going to be doing slow cooker Salisbury steak. I love these. I don't make them very often, but I think they come out really good, and they're actually really good to make for like a potluck too. You can make the Salisbury steaks smaller and then just kind of transfer them into like an aluminum tray and bring them to a party. I've done that before and they went over really well. So that recipe is from allrecipes.com. And then as a side, I'm going to be doing easy oven roasted potatoes, which is from Pillsbury.com, and then just some frozen vegetables, like the Steam Fresh kind. I always keep some of those in the freezer and just grab something that seems like it would go good with that meal. Monday, we do hamburgers every other Monday, so that's what we're having this week. I don't have a recipe for the hamburgers. I just basically take some ground beef and make it into patties. Sometimes I season it with like the McCormick hamburger seasoning. And then I'm going to be trying, for my daughter, the one that I mentioned is now eating chicken and turkey, I'm going to be trying this Best Ever Turkey Burger recipe from delish.com. So that's a new one. So I'm going to make that for her as an alternative to the ground beef hamburgers. And I mean, we've all had turkey burgers before. It's just, I probably should make them for the whole family, but everyone doesn't really love turkey burgers all the time. Like, I don't know, whatever, but we'll see how those come out. And then I'm going to do oven fresh seasoned potato wedges from allrecipes.com. I make those usually to go with the hamburgers, and then just some vegetarian pork and beans. For Tuesday, I'm doing Chipotle night. We always do some type of Mexican theme on Tuesdays. So what I do for Chipotle night is I cook up some chicken breast. I cut it up into small bite-sized pieces, and I toss it with a little olive oil and seasoned salt and chili powder, and then I broil it under the oven till it's a little bit crispy, and then I just serve it with like brown rice and black beans and sour cream and salsa and avocado, like all that kind of stuff, shredded cheese, and then everyone could just make their own Chipotle style bowl. So that was for Tuesday. For Wednesday, I usually do seafood, so we're doing fried flounder on Wednesday. I don't have a recipe for this one. I just buy the fried flounder, from the food store that's frozen, not the fried flounder. I buy the frozen flounder fillets, and then I just bread them with egg and breadcrumb, and then I just fry them up in a frying pan. My kids are literally screaming above me right now. I hope you can't hear it in the podcast. Not screaming like little kids. They're teenagers. They're just acting silly, and they're like screaming up there It's really distracting me if I sound distracted, but hopefully you can't hear them above me. Anyway, so we're doing the fried flounder, and then I'm also going to do as a side Easy Rice Baked Casserole, which is from foodnetwork.com. And this is a casserole that's made with rice and frozen spinach and milk and eggs and cheese. And I think it just makes a really good side dish, and it goes well with the fried flounder. Thursday, we usually do soup and grilled cheese or breakfast for dinner, because that's the night I go grocery shopping. So I try and keep the meal prep on the lighter, time-consuming side. So we the lighter time consuming. I mean, like meals that take less time to prepare. I don't know if the way I said that was proper English. But anyway, so Thursday we're going to be doing easy clam chowder, which is from damndelicious.net. And I made this a few weeks ago I don't know that it was the first time, but at least the first time in quite a while. And it was really easy, and it came out really good. So I'm going to do that again. I'm not going to do grilled cheese with that, because when we do the clam chowder, we usually just kind of eat it on its own as a meal, and then I'll buy like some of the oyster crackers, and we'll just put the oyster crackers in and have clam chowder with those crackers for that meal. And then for Friday, here's another one that I'm bringing back that I haven't made in a really long time, again, because my one daughter's eating chicken again. So this is a crock pot meal. It's called Slow Cooker Chicken and Dumplings, and it's basically just like chicken breast, cream of chicken soup, and you cook that all day, and then at the end you put in chunks of like buttermilk biscuits, like the canned buttermilk biscuits, or some type of refrigerated biscuits. I usually buy like the buttermilk ones, and you just like kind of cut them up in chunks and put them in the crock pot in like the chicken with the creamy soup sauce, and then they just kind of cook in there. So it's kind of like a simple chicken and dumpling recipe. And then again, I'm just going to do some frozen vegetables on the side with that, whatever we have, that might go good with that meal that I happen to have on hand. So that is it for this week's meal plan. I hope this helped you out in some way with getting your meal plan together. Just as a reminder, the blog post version has all the links to any recipes that I mentioned for any recipes that can be found on certain websites. And those are on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. You can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at lolasfrugallife. And I would love if you would come join us on Facebook at our private listeners group, which is at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. If you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram. Also, if you could take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast, that would be really helpful to me. I just got a really nice review from a listener, and it was so exciting when I saw it, because I don't get them often, and that's just the nature. I know a lot of people just are busy, and they don't necessarily think to take the time to write a review. I totally get it. But when I saw the review, it was so nice, and I was super excited. So, and in addition to making me happy when I see them, the main reason I would like you to post a review and rating if you can is because it helps get the show boosted up higher in search results. And I'm really trying hard to grow the audience of this podcast, so that would be really helpful to me. Also, there is a link to financially support the podcast if that's something you're interested in. It can be found in the show notes. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day. Are you in the mood to learn something new? Well, Skillshare is now offering 1 month free of Skillshare Premium. Unlock a passion, side hustle, or new professional skill with thousands of classes in design, business, and more. Start your 1 month free trial now by using the link within the podcast notes for this episode. There's no commitment, and you can cancel at any time. So why not go ahead and learn a new skill that you have always wanted to have?